You know, it would be a real shame if you went to go open that and it was like I opened the Gose and it just went all over the place.
Yeah, I saw a video, and I can open that by sabering it open, and I can guarantee you I'm not gonna fuck it up as badly as you do.
What do you mean? No, no.
No, no, seriously.
How? How? Oh, what would you don't have a saber.
I don't have a saber. I'm gonna use the rim of this. The
No,
bottom of
bullshit.
this glass.
No. You're gonna shatter the glass. You're gonna shatter the glass. I'm
gonna
telling you,
use
you're gonna shatter the glass.
The bottom of this glass.
That's
and I'm
crap.
gonna pop the top off of that bottom.
No, you're not. No, you can't do that. You absolutely can't do that. There's no way.
Okay.
No. You gotta show me.
What were you saying? What are we looking at this week?
This week we'll be doing an episode of Just Fine, where we feature a product that it comes in at a reasonable price, but earns our recommendation nonetheless. This week's topic that we'll be covering is Prosecco, and we'll be featuring two different levels of affordable options there that are really fantastic.
Prosecco, the affordable Italian alternative to champagne. So, Prosecco. I feel like it really does not get enough love. I feel like, most people view it as, this is what I use in champagne-based cocktails because I don't want to spend the money for champagne.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think it can be a lot more than that. And I think at the unbelievably entry-level price that the Cupcake comes in at, I think it's a good value. In my experience, it's really just a little citrusy, and it's flavorful. Classic Prosecco tastes kind of one note, but it's just an awesome, summer day beverage. Yeah. Extremely refreshing, very crisp.
Yeah, crisp, spritzy. The Cupcake came in at $10.99 at the local liquor store, so not exactly a big baller sort of thing, but it's very reasonable for what it represents. It's a product of Italy. This isn't some BS California Prosecco. This is made in Italy. Just to point out, Prosecco is essentially champagne, except it's made in Italy. It's made to a very similar process, very similar specifications as actual champagne. And the reason why it tastes different is really mainly because of the soil that the grapes are grown on. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing you lose, which to be fair, you lose in most of what is my favorite about champagne.
The chalky taste.
That chalky taste, for certain vintages, like a real funk. Yeah. When it's been sitting in the bottle 5-10 years, you really start to get something special. But it's got a similar look. It's a typical golden color.
Yeah.
A little cloudy.
Well, the glass is a little cloudy.
Yeah, fair enough. It's cold. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's a similar color. Some champagnes are a little denser.
Yeah.
Than this little.
But this is definitely.
And the bubbles aren't as like micro fine as some champagne, and still nice though. Even in these non-champagne flutes.
Yeah. Sweet, crisp on the nose. Not overly sweet, really.
No, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, it's
like Moscato d'Astis, for example.
Sure,
They're very, very sweet on the nose. This is definitely not that.
Green apple, maybe. But it's pleasant.
It is pleasant.
There's not a lot there. It doesn't develop that much.
No, it doesn't.
I'm getting a little bit of like a unripe peach.
Yeah, there's almost like a hint of sour at the back of the palate that you get as it sits.
Of the tongue.
Yeah, as it sits. Because initially, and maybe this is just a touch too cold that we're not getting the full flavor development necessarily, but you do get that hint of sour sort of taste. Like a mealy apple. like Fiji apples or
Yeah.
kind of mealy like that.
I agree. Alcoholic apple juice.
Yeah.
Well, it was sweet though.
Yeah, which again, I'm a fan of. I think that if something is too sweet, especially in the summertime, like you can really taste it. And it's just not
gooiness.
Yeah. It's just not enjoyable.
I agree.
This is it's refreshing. It's crisp, although admittedly it's not as crisp as I might have expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that little bit of sweetness to it, but it's still very nice.
But
for $11,
yeah,
like this is steal.
Yeah,
this is absolute steal for $11. Like this is crazy.
Cheap enough that you can savor it and not worry too much. But,
not worry too much at all.
We're getting.
I was concerned with the Ribuli there, because that's a for the record, the Ribuli here goes for $29.99, so it's really had to count the Benjamins for that one. It's really
broke over that piggy bank.
Yeah. Made that little piggy squeal. But no, I mean, $11 is not bad. It really makes you think twice about picking up a bottle of champagne for like $50.
Yeah.
And not to say that this is the same as champagne, but the value proposition is there. And especially if you're not necessarily looking to savor like a ton of complex notes, like to write down in your notebook, for example. You just want something for mowing the lawn. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
You put this right in your tractor's cup holder.
I like the idea that that's a big thing. Listen, for all those times when you're looking for a sparkling wine to drink while you mow your lawn, this is the way to do it.
It certainly is.
Other things, too. This would be great for when you ride your tricycle. This would be great for when you... This would be great for when you're changing your oil.
Listen, man, the mowing the lawn thing is an actual thing. Okay, my dad had a riding lawnmower and had a cup holder, and I would go.
You drank champagne in it.
I actually white wine, but yeah, it was good.
That's because you were drunk.
No, it was refreshing. It was good. Listen, the other thing too is. Many years ago, I was taking wine tasting classes at this store in the mall called For Love of Wine, in the Crossgates Mall. I should be very specific about that, in Albany. And there was a movie theater in the mall, and the proprietors of that store were very smart. They had these little mini personal-sized bottles of Prosecco that you could buy and then take with you to the movie theater. Now, unfortunately, they were can style. They weren't, can't go savoring Prosecco bottles. That would be hysterical. But,
yes.
But I remember doing that. It just sneaking, this sparkling wine into the movie theater. It was awesome. It's like everyone else was having soda and popcorn. I was having Prosecco and Lindt chocolate. Like it was,
Yeah, no. I do remember all the times that I fix pipes and I drink sparkling wine. I sword fight and I drink sparkling wine.
Well, only the best fencers can do that.
Well, I fight with my wine saver or champagne saver.
Yeah, when you do it. So a semi-broken glass.
Yeah, semi-broken glass.
That's really excellent.
Pause the fight for a second. Getting some green apple. Come here.
Yeah. Smell this. Yeah. It smells pretty good,
right?
Oh gosh, that's really something.
Have you ever seen The Legend of the Drunken Master?
No.
So what
is that?
It's an old. Don't know honestly where they made it in China, but it's like a young Jackie Chan movie before he was doing a lot of movies in America.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe it was in Hong Kong, I don't recall. But essentially, it's about, it's ancient sort of setting.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan plays like this young, very, very skilled fighter. And, the plot of the movie goes kind of all over the place. There's a whole big scene about a rutabaga. It's,
a rutabaga?
And essentially, I don't remember if it's his dad or his master, but whatever. The whole idea is that he's a really good fighter in many different styles, but his ultimate fighting style is the drunken monkey.
Okay.
So
Yep.
he is the legend. He's the drunken master, and essentially, when he gets very, very drunk, he moves in such a way that he dodges hits and fights people while he's very intoxicated. So I think there is some credence to drinking a lot of sparkling wine and then fencing.
Absolutely. Look, that is my aspirations.
Yeah, in life.
I mean, who wouldn't want to be
The drunken master.
absolutely.
Oh goodness! No, great movie though. You really should check it out. It is just hilarious. It is funnier than it sounds.
I wonder if that's on Netflix.
I don't. Maybe. I mean, it's Jackie Chan, so it's pretty damn popular for that reason. But
I don't know. Well,
yeah.
I'll look at it.
Oh goodness! I was ahead of you, and then I talked too much. Now I'm behind.
Yep. Talking does that. Really does. But yeah, very enjoyable for $11. Absolutely crazy.
Inexpensive
Cupcake
enough.
Prosecco. Yeah. I guess it's something I can mention with the Ribulli. So next up on our list is the Ribulli. And this particular Prosecco earns a higher designation from the Italian government than the Cupcake. So Italian wines, they are all very strictly governed by a division of the Italian government, and there are different ratings for different wines. The two most popular ratings are DOC and DOCG. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the Italian meaning of those acronyms, but essentially, though, DOCG is a higher rating. It's essentially guaranteeing a higher standard of quality and taste. There are certain requirements that have to be met in order to earn the DOCG certification. And in any event, the Ribulli earns that DOCG certification. So hopefully we can go by the certification here and essentially say, okay, well, this should be more complex, more flavorful, more enjoyable. Should be.
Not to mention that it's triple the price.
Yes, it is about triple the price. That is true. So, you see the color already.
It's more beautiful, by my opinion.
It certainly is, and those bubbles are a lot finer. My goodness.
Yeah.
You look
and
at those
there's more
bubbles.
of them.
Yeah, there are more of the bubbles. It's a lot finer, and even the color itself. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit denser.
It has almost like the breadiness of a nice cava.
Oh, it does.
Cava being sparkling wine from Spain.
Yep,
Yeah.
made in the same process, just
Not
not in Italy, not in France, but in Spain.
Cava gets even less love than Prosecco, and
I
there's
know, and that's a
amazing
shame.
Cava
We're gonna have to
we will
make.
be
Yes,
featuring
we
that.
absolutely will make a video
Yes.
on that because that's really exciting as well. But even Prosecco, it deserves love that it doesn't get. So, definitely like the breadiness, the yeastiness, that is much more forward here
Yep.
than it was with the Cupcake.
It's not that fruity.
No, but it's not that much less sweet than the Cupcake.
Might even
But
be
it's a fuller-
slightly more sweet.
Yeah, but it's a fuller taste. And the effervescence is not as aggressive. That's something I noticed as well. The bubbles are finer, and it's overall more subtle, I suppose.
There's a creaminess to it.
There is.
Coats your mouth.
Yep. Definitely, way more so than the Cupcake. In fact, I didn't even notice that with the Cupcake.
Pretty much
that
at
was
all,
just just went right down.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like you can savor it for a little bit. This definitely has a longer finish.
100%.
Um,
Develops into like a ripe pear kind
It
of.
does.
Yeah.
Definitely has that pear consistency. Maybe a little lychee in there.
I can see that.
Yeah. That sort of sweet white stone fruit
Yes.
sort of
100%.
flavor.
No rutabaga.
No, definitely not. No, no drunken master here. Just drunk.
Yeah.
This is definitely more of like a take your time
Yep.
and sip.
I was just gonna say that, and you know how I noticed most we're not talking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're just savoring.
Yep.
It's just like
Yeah, no,
this is not a mow the lawn prosecco.
no, not even quite a sword fighting prosecco.
No.
Yeah, no. This is
reserved only for the drunken master.
Reserved only for the drunken master. Yeah, only the drunken master could drink this in sword fight.
Yes,
that's true.
yes.
Because he could focus on both.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's I'm feeling this though.
This is definitely more boozy.
Yeah, no, I'm
I don't
getting
think
a
the
little
percentage is any higher.
I don't know.
Let's see. This is 11%, the Rubuli.
Probably about the same.
This is 11%.
Yeah.
Nah, I think we're just drinking. But no, this does feel more substantial, both in flavor and in the way it hits you. I don't know.
Where my mind goes is
Maybe the Rubuli's a little conservative on their ABV.
where my mind goes is this is just as good as any champagne you get for 40, 50 bucks.
Yeah,
It really
it
is.
certainly is, because that would get you right to the entry.
Yeah,
level
exactly.
Champagne,
That's what I mean. Like,
and the entry level champagnes are
even
around
a
this level. Of
slightly
complexity.
more expensive champagne. Like, I remember a while back we had the Moët Chandon. What was it? The White Star or White Liner or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a bit more. As far as I remember, that's like a $70 or an $80 bottle.
That's pricey.
And it's good, but this is just as good.
Yeah. You know, actually, when I was in All Star, the liquor store by me, I had talked to one of the people there, and at the time, this was a few years ago, they were talking about basically these proprietors that essentially they didn't grow champagne. That wasn't their business. Their business was taking grapes from other wineries and making their own champagne out of those grapes.
Interesting.
And there was this champagne that I got for like $50, and it was called Cote, C-O-T-E. The O had the weird little triangle arrow.
Sure, accent mark thing.
Yeah, something like that over it. And that was like absolutely incredible, like easily on par with $100 bottles of like well-known champagne brands, like the $100 Moët or the $100 Veuve Clicquot,
Sure.
or, whatever. Like
That's
on
like
that
the
level.
world's most overrated champagne.
Oh my goodness, yes it is. It certainly is. I would much rather actually be drinking this Rubuli than the Veuve.
That it's so one note, but whatever. We should do a not so fine on that.
I think that'd be a good idea.
It's really expensive for what it is.
It definitely is. It's gonna hurt my wallet.
We could feature like a cava and another champagne as an alternative.
Oh man, I can't wait to do that video on the cava though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of fun.
100%.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. As it sits, I get a little bit more funk on the palate.
Yeah. No, I kind of felt it up front, but I felt it went away. And for the past minute or so, I've kind of been thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not, Funky Town levels.
No.
But
No, definitely not. But
it's like that.
it's there though.
That sourdough sort of funk.
Like the sourdough
Yeah,
bread.
yeah.
That we're enjoying. Yeah. It is kind of to that level.
Yeah.
It is.
And I like it. To me, that's what makes sparkling wine worth drinking.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes, it's a type of flavor you don't get in most non-sparkling wines for kind of whatever reason.
Well, I mean, it could have to do with the way that they're made. So, like, essentially, the way that I understand how sparkling wines are made is that they ferment the grapes, they throw it in the bottle, they put a temporary cork in the bottle, they let it age a year. What they do is, after it's aged sufficiently, which is typically about a year, but it can vary from one vintner to the next, is they remove the cork and they add fresh grape juice, not fermented, fresh grape juice to the mix, and then cork it back up. And they call that a dosage, at least in France. That's what they call it. That's the traditional champagne method, if you will.
In Italy, they call it a margariti.
Antonio Margariti. Dominic Di Coco.
Again.
Gosh. Oh my goodness. I hope people get that reference. Because if they don't, it's just going to be... Oh my goodness.
Gorlami.
Enzo Gorlami.
Yeah.
Buongiorno.
But he speaks the most Italian.
Yeah, I know. The most Italian. Oh god, that movie was great. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So they add the dosage, they put the cork back in. Again, another temporary cork, and they let it sit for another year. And then the next harvest comes, and they remove it again, they add another dosage. And again, depending on the vintner, would be different numbers of dosages, and perhaps that would determine one quality of sparkling wine to the next, so on and so forth. But the whole idea is that there's a different dynamic there. You have old grapes interacting with new grapes, relatively speaking, and I think that is where you kind of get that funk. I think.
It's kind of like me and you.
We're pretty funky.
No, I mean an old grape and a new grape. Stupidest fucking joke in my life.
Grapevines think alike.
Fuck you. Jesus. I really didn't want Prosecco to come out my nose. I guess we're a little drunk.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, we got some more to drink tonight, so I don't know what.
Yeah, we do.
Oh gosh.
But
oh man.
I think
this is very enjoyable. Well, all right, yeah, sure. It definitely does. I think we've definitely accomplished the point of this video, which is mindless meanderings and drinking some really awesome Prosecco relative to the money. I don't know. Sure. I think that was really the point of this whole video, to be very honest. Guys, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, give us a like on our YouTube video. But then also, if you want to hear more from us, subscribe to our channel.
It's really cool.
Yeah, but honestly though, I think we do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, I do.
We try to go on adventures in audio and in alcohol and in cigars
and in alcohol.
And in alcohol. Yeah, we say that twice. Twice the alcohol. And
cigars, chocolate, coffee, automobiles. Yeah. We have a lot of fun.
Stuff. Yeah.
We're both just at the root of it, enthusiasts of nice stuff.
Yep.
That is the idea of the finer things, and we so appreciate you guys supporting us.
Yeah, definitely. And subscribe, and really, if you want to get notifications as to when our latest videos are coming out, make sure you tap that bell to receive all of the notifications from our channel, letting you know when you can watch a couple of guys get drunk again.
Rutabaga.
Rutabaga.
Try it at a bit more of an angle.